Hey there, guys. We've got a difficulty 500 trial on the JP server, and in this video, we're going to be doing it. It's against the Sages of Hess or whatever. Difficulty 500. Now, as you'll notice, I already went through and cleared it. It took me a bunch of tries to figure it out, so I wasn't like recording all the learning attempts. But now that I've figured it out, we're going to go here and record it and run it again. We're going to grab a Diosius friend, and we're going to be using a dark team because, Dio's leader skill buffs all our dark units, and that's going to be really helpful. Not to mention, it really is kind of like built for Diosius because the mechanics like really perfectly line up with his kit, and it's pretty obviously built for him. But we're going to go ahead and give it a go, and then I'll show you the team and the gear and all at the end. Now, this is a long trial. The mission is 20 turns or less across all battles. So we're going to start off with Saul and Dark Elf, and we've got this field automatically, which is 100% boost to dark damage. Also, Cecil, of course, does his LV field. Now, Cecil's going to shift on turn 1, and he's going to be in the shifted form the remainder of the fight. So let's go ahead and shell +3, cover, and do a resistance buff. We're going to LB with Dark Fina, and we're going to LB with Javi for break, dark support, etc. Now, Sephiroth with Titus's STMR is going to LB. Diosius has Titus's STMR built into his kit. He doesn't need to wear it. So we're going to go ahead and LB, and we're going to start bursting Saul because Saul is annoying. He dispels your party. He randomly uses Ultima, and he's just the worst. We got to get rid of him ASAP. Now, apparently there's an RNG chance for him to Ultima on turn 1. If he does, we kind of just retreat and come back in. He didn't Ultima on turn 1. Outstanding. Now, you saw that AoE Reaper skill, the Death. Everyone needs Death immunity because quite a few bosses in this trial use Death, but it's all immune with gear. Now, to kill this guy, we're going to go ahead and use Dark Fina to imbue the party. We're going to use her special card to entrust Sephiroth, and we're going to do a human killer buff. By the way, the first wave is all humans. We're going to use Cecil to just LB for mitigations here. Javi is going to do status immunity. We're going to do break and imperil on Dark Elf. And then Sephiroth will LB again. But we're going to LB on Saul because we got to get rid of him. We got to get rid of him because he buffs himself on turn 2, and I think by turn 4 it's a guaranteed Ultima if he's not dead. But he's gone. We're good. So Dark Elf is a little bit irritating. He does a few skills that bypass cover. He does mana drain, as you can see here, but we're not overall not too worried about that. Now we're going to have Dark Fina go ahead, and not yet actually. We're going to have our Diosius go ahead, and both of them are going to LB. Sephiroth is just going to SR 3 times. It'd be great to fill his LB gauge again, but we're not going to be able to, so whatever. We're not going to use Dark Fina either for her LB. We're going to save that for next fight. Cecil on... Let's do this first. Okay, let's go ahead and do... I'm not entirely sure. I think this field is honestly more damage than Cecil's field, so we're going to go ahead and do the field now. Let's go ahead and now deal some damage here. And we need to do more than half the health on turn 1. Oh, we're good, we're good. Okay, so now we're going to double Nethicite. Nethicite on Cecil and Nethicite on Javi. If you don't own this, you can use things like Ash's STMR. That's going to seal some of the attacks this turn. And this big like laser beam from the sky, it's going to be Nethicited. Don't worry about it. Nothing happens. Totally fine. Okay, now let's go ahead and kill this guy. We didn't fill up Cecil's LB. That's totally fine. So we're going to use... I'm sorry, no, I meant Sephiroth. So Sephiroth just won't contribute here. We're going to go ahead and heal a little bit. We're going to use triple mana fill with Dark Fina to just refill MP. Wait for this to finish. And we'll go ahead and use Diosius to finish off this guy. Okay, phase 1 handled. Now, the bad thing is Diosius is now going to be stuck in his base form for quite a few turns. And his base form, let's be honest here, is just garbage. It's no good at all. So we gotta just wait 4 turns, but we need to do that. That's okay. Sephiroth, on the other hand, can get a little bit of a burst in on turn 1. Now we're going to use Javi and Dark Fina on this turn to both of them LB. And Cecil is going to, again, Shelga, cover, and resistance buff. Okay, and we're going to support chain just Stardust Ray with our Diociuses. And, okay, so wait just a minute. Almost to finish. Alright, let's go ahead and Stardust Ray, wait, then send Sephiroth. And this is going to do a chunk of damage. Now, the issue is, Nail Behemoth gets Mighty Guard. And this is obnoxious. It's an unremovable 3-turn massive mitigation. So we basically can't hurt the boss for a few turns. Now you saw that AoE physical attack. That was Mirage from Javi's LB and SLB. Now let's go ahead and use Cecil's LB for mitigation. We're now going to have Sephiroth triple Stardust Ray. One of the Diociuses are going to do that, and they're going to double stack Mirage this turn. And the other Diocius is going to just triple Stardust Ray again. Let's see. And Javi, I'm trying to think. I think I can do this better, actually. No, we're going to Nethicite. Okay, let's go ahead and do our chaining real quick before we do anything else. The chaining might break here. This is a little bit of an awkward chain. No, we did good. Oh, we broke. It broke. It doesn't really matter because the boss has like super mitigation anyway. Anyway, we're going to now double Nethicite. Nethicite, and then Fina also wearing a Nethicite. She's wearing Ash's STMR. Because the boss does some attacks, and we don't like that. Also some physical attacks, which we're going to... Yeah, the Meteor, like, Don't want to deal with Meteor. Can that even... I think I can... Yeah, I can be that. Okay, so the boss also cures all his debuffs, as you saw there. And that's a little bit of a problem. We didn't get Dispelled yet. We're going to get Dispelled in a moment, but we didn't get Dispelled yet. No, we didn't. We're good. Okay, so we're going to... I have a little list here of what I'm doing here. We're going to LB again with Javi because the boss did cure all his breaks, and we definitely need the boss broken. Fina's going to just refresh the field here because we don't want to have to refresh it later. Sephiroth can just SR again. We're going to use other guy to double SR, and then he's going to Mirage. And let's see, this one is going to, this one is going to triple SR, and then Sephiroth is going to triple SR. Cecil is going to heal, provoke for mitigation, and cover. I'm doing it wrong. We're going to heal, we're going to cover, and we're going to provoke. Okay, and let's go ahead and deal some damage here. Now, we need to get some crystal drops on Javi. If he doesn't, we're going to have a bad time because we need him to have his boots ability ready soon. So there's a Mirage. There's the Dispel on the party I was talking about. Very irritating. But we've got Fina's SLB ready to go. So boom, handled, rebuffed again. Now we are going to. I'm actually realizing Mana's a concern. So we're just going to SR one time apiece. Sephiroth can do it 3 times. He's got mana. But it wouldn't even matter. So, no, we're just going to SR one time with all these. This is unfortunate. You know what? It's probably more damage to actually Tyvus' Spirit with Sephiroth. And this one, oh my god. Mana, really? Can Cecil... We got Dispel. We got to do this. We got a Shelga. We got to cover. And we got to resist. Man, that Dispel is so obnoxious. Javi... We need Mirage here, and Javi don't have enough LB gauge. This is a problem. Yeah, we didn't get good luck on Crystal RNG, so Javi, please. Oh my god, Javi. Well, we're not going to have Mirage. This may or may not be a problem. I guess we'll find out in about 2 seconds. Let's status immune. Break, and oh my god, we don't have Mirage. Maybe he doesn't deal that much damage. Oh, he doesn't do a physical attack this turn? He didn't do a physical attack this turn. I'm so happy. Okay, so now we can start dealing some damage. Okay, so the boss cured his own breaks, so we have to use Javi's SLB, and now we can shift our Diocius. Alright, now let's deal some serious damage here. So shift and deal damage. Shift and deal damage. Sephiroth can shift and cap. Alright, I'm thinking. go ahead and do this for now. See what kind of damage we deal. Oh my god, this is going to be unfortunate. We don't... No, we do. Alright, let's go ahead and trust Cecil. We need that. Let's resistance buff and let's mana fill. Yeah. We need Cecil's LB here. Whoops. Come on. Did I do the wrong skill? Seriously? Okay, we're going to provoke. We're going to Omni cover, I guess. And re-raise Cecil. We're probably going to be okay here. I made some mistakes. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that bypasses cover anyway. We had 2 stacks of Mirage remaining. There's a second Mirage. And okay, so I made that seem a little bit more dangerous than apparently it was, but this is going a little bit better than my first run. I mean, whatever. Going good is fine. Let's go ahead and heal. Let's go ahead and MP fill. And then we'll just chain it up here, and yeah. Okay, so we are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so now we're on turn 11, or that was turn 10. This is turn 11 of the total clear. We have 20 turns, remember, for all missions. So now we're on Baymit. Baymit is a little bit harder, but not too much worse. Okay, so we're going to use LB of you. We're going to break with you. Also, Javi's LB, the reason we're using Javi's LB puts up Mirage, and Mirage is very helpful on this clear. It also breaks. So Cecil is going to Shell Gut, we're going to cover, and we're going to, honestly, does this 75... I think it's more important to do a Provoke instead of a Resist buff this turn. Alright, let's go ahead and deal some damage here. So LB, we have 2 more turns of Diosius's LB. Or not LB, his shift form. So let's go ahead and start dealing some damage to Baymit. Baymit's bulky, as you can notice. Don't be mistaken. Okay, so here's some physical attacks on Cecil, and then one of them hits, and then an Imperil, and I didn't do a resist buff. It was fine. It was fine, totally fine. Okay, so this turn, let's go ahead and let me think. What I want to do here, I want to do a resist buff with you. I want to entrust to Sephiroth, and I want to do a dark imbue amplify, I guess. So we can go and do some LBs yet again. Javi. Well, let me think. So we did that. We need a resist buff with you. We need a heal. And we want to provoke. Alright, we actually don't need Javi to Lakshmi this turn. So let's go ahead and just deal some damage here. Okay, decent chunk of damage. Honestly, we don't need much from Javi this turn. We have 2 turns until his Mirage thing is ready. Let's go ahead and use his Mirage cooldown. Let's Mirage, break, and Imperil just in case. Okay. Oh, the boss doesn't the boss dispel sometimes too? I kind of forget about that. So there's some Mirage on Cecil, so he takes less damage. Here's some Wind and Imperil. It's not too big of a deal. Yeah, we're fine for the moment. Okay. Turn. So now we're on turn. Alright, so actually we're in the base form now of the stupid dude. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to SR, we're going to Mirage, and we're going to use his LB fill. This one is going to SR twice, and then LB fill. Sephiroth is going to SR twice, and LB fill. Which one's his LB fill? This one. Yeah, before I do this, turn 13, what are we doing here? I want Fina to reapply the field. That way it's up for the remainder of the fight. We need Provoke on Cecil. So Provoke, I think we can cover again. And let's heal. Alright. Javi, we're not going to SLB yet. So let's go ahead and deal some damage here. This is going to be very, very, very low damage. It's mostly a support turn. That's okay. That's okay. Javi, I think we're getting dispelled this turn, or is it next turn? No, it's next turn we're getting dispelled. Yeah. Or is it this turn? I don't know. It could be threshold based. It could be threshold based. It probably is. We don't really need anything from Javi. We really don't. So I don't want to use his SLB yet. Not yet. I'm gonna use it next turn. So we're just gonna like whatever. Yeah. Alright. 60%. This could be a threshold-based dispel. I don't know. Some attacks on Cecil. There's the dispel. There's the dispel. Okay. So I got my little turn chart wrong. The dispel was up here. Or it's threshold-based. It could be threshold-based. It probably is, in fact. But we did get dispelled, so we're going to go ahead and use LBs to rebuff everything. It's a little unfortunate because we don't have healing for Cecil, and that's a concern. So it's turn 4, 14. We're still in the base form with you. Do we have Mirages remaining? No Mirage. We do have Mirage here. Okay, so, but I want to use Sephiroth's LB. We're going to LB with Sephiroth. So, we're not going to Mirage. This is a little concerning for Cecil. Let's go ahead and do this first. So we're going to do this. A little bit of cap damage with Sephiroth. All right, below 50. We got dispelled, right? Right. Yes. So we have to cover. And here's the options. I can heal, or I can resist buff, or I can re-raise. I think I'm gonna heal. I think we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and just Shelga, cover, and or I could provoke, because provoke gives general mitigation. That's probably more important than healing, because it works on everything. We'll see. We'll see if that was a mistake or not. This was the Flare turn. Flare is actually not that bad. It's surprisingly way weaker than his elemental attacks. That was totally fine. Okay. 2 more turns until we can do anything with these guys. So let's go ahead and entrust over to Sephiroth. Let's resist buff and mana fill? Question mark. All right. Let's LB with Cecil. Let's Lakshmi to top him off. And yeah, we're going to do this yet again. Okay, so let's go ahead and chain. Wait. Oh, I think I did it too slow. Oh, God. Please cap properly. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right. So below 40, I think this is a dispel threshold again. So some attacks, no big deal, and then dispel. Dispel, yeah, that was the threshold, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we're dispelled yet again. So turn 6. So we're gonna get ready for killing next turn. So Sephiroth is going to Big Magnus and do stuff. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Okay, and then Diosius is going to, what is this turn? We got dispelled, so we have to cover Shelga, and again, the question mark of heal or big mitigation. I think big mitigation is a bigger importance. I'm thinking. I don't know, actually. What are we doing specifically? Okay, hold on. Before I do this, let me amplify and double SR. We're going to do this first. Let me amplify and double SR. What are Fina's options? Fina can resist buff. She can't do anything defensive. Isn't this a stat buff? It's not. Is this a stat buff? It's not. Damn it, she can't do any stat buffs? Come on. Without her LB, she can't. This feels real bad. Okay, so I guess we're going to do all this. We're trying to get Javi's LB here, or some Esper Crystals. Let's go ahead and chain this up. If we get Esper Crystals, we can do we can do Lakshmi now. Okay, so the boss is broken for a few turns. We're good there. So let's go ahead and Lakshmi. So now Cecil can very, very safely put up all his buffs again. So Shelga, Cover, and Provoke for big mitigation. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So now we've got the 150 Amplify. And I think next turn we get Dark... Oh, wow, it's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Oh, my God. No, we're okay. We're fine. We're fine. So now we have her SLB, so we can do that. And now we can shift Deoceus, and we have 150 amp on everyone. We're on turn 17 at the moment, so we're still very safely on track for the big kill. And then Sephiroth can LB. Javi, the boss is still broken. His big break is fading soon, but where's defense break? Yeah, we're still there. Okay, let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's go ahead and deal some damage. This is with the 150 Amplify. We might even kill. We didn't kill. That's okay. That's okay. We also didn't... Damn it. We didn't get... Alright, we didn't get to spell, so we're going to just double heal and re-raise Cecil, and we'll LB you. And the LB puts up Mirage, and it reapplies breaks and all that. So we're like 99.9% sure going to kill next turn. I don't think the boss does anything special here. As long as he doesn't dispel us, we're fine. Some attacks on Cecil. Oh, yeah. No problem whatsoever. Okay, so we can just do this again. Dark Fina can just entrust over to Sephiroth. And we're good. Let's finish off the fight. Yeah, so not super hard if you have Deoceus, and a strong Sephiroth, and an EX3 Dark Fina, and a Javi, and a Paladin Cecil. So if you have all the tools, it's fine. Oh, let me show you the friend. Damn, I can't show you the friend's gear. Okay, well, the friend was basically geared identical to my Deoceus. So when you see mine, his was like completely identical. Okay, his might have been slightly stronger, but I'm pretty sure that was just variance, because I checked his gear. It's basically the same gear as mine. I should have shown it beforehand. My bad. But here's the breakdown. So basically identical damage across the board. There we go. And let me show you the team we used. Now, we should show you the friend's gear too. Okay, so obviously Deoceus is the party leader. That gives a 500% stat buff to the entire party, except for Cecil, because when he shifts, he no longer qualifies for dark damage. Because, yeah, his shift form is holy, not dark, or light, not dark. But the base form that we didn't actually use is irrelevant. Anyway, so here's the party we used. So we started in the base form with Cecil. That way he puts up the airship field for wave 1. Other than that, not much matters. A lot of Esper fills, so we get that Esper gauge capped off immediately. Some auto buffing, etc. Shift form is high HP, spirit, and defense. He takes a lot of physical damage in this clear. His resistances, status immunity, resistances across the board are kind of whatever, but there it is, about 100-ish to each. Passive provoke, death immunity, and here's the setup, and we gave him Nethicite. Honestly, he only used Nethicite one time in the entire fight, I believe, or maybe twice. Not super critical if you don't have that, or if you can't fit it, but, you know, I gave it to him, and then he had the power cut card because it's amazing. Dark Fina is death immune with just some... she's using Ash's STMR for the Nethicite, status immunity, a little bit of Esper fill. Other than that, just some bulk and her own card so that we can use this entrust skill on Sephiroth pretty often. It's basically an entrust every third turn. It's really good. And she's on Ashura for the Ashura field, and she does dark support. Javi is the breaker, and the reason he was chosen again is because he's got an 87 all break, 135 dark imperil, but the Mirage is the big thing. 3-stack Mirage on the SLB, 2-stack on the regular LB, and he's got a 3-stack on this special boot cooldown. So lots and lots of AoE Mirage from Javi. Other than that, death immunity, a lot of LB fill, a source of Nethicite, some Esper fill, a little bit of bulk, but we didn't really take any damage on the party. And there we go. He is our dark support breaker with Mirage. Sephiroth in the base form is some LB fill, Tyvus' Spirit. I'm not sure if we ever used Tyvus' Spirit, but there it is. And then shift form is LB damage versus, no, wave 1 is human, wave 2 is beast, and wave 3 is dragon. So it was a little bit hard to fit all the killers with death immunity and Titus STMR. So he's at 225 human, 100 beast, and 250 dragon? Yeah, no, undead. What am I talking about? No, 225 human, 225 dragon, and 100 beast. So his killers were actually pretty low, and he still did the same damage as Deoceus. That said, he is EX3, Deoceus is EX2. And then he's got the Cog card. So there was his setup. Deoceus in the base form, death immunity. I gave him Typus of Spirit. I'm pretty sure we never actually used it. I gave him chaining damage versus all three. So he's maxed on all three, but like base form is irrelevant. Shift form is where it's at. So 12,000 attack power. By the way, Sephiroth had 13,495 attack power in the shift form, actually. And then Deoceus in the shift form, 12,000 attack power, only EX2. Here's the build, maxed on literally everything, Titus's card, and maxed. And he did good damage and the support. He also did double Mirage a few times on the Behemoth wave. And then the friend is built the exact same way as mine. I think he had slightly higher attack power because he had like I think he had Pain's STMR, and I don't have that, but basically the same build. And there it is. So for the whole party, death immunity, status immunity helps, but we're using status immunity buff from Hobby, so it's not really critical to have status immunity. Your Provoker needs to be really bulky. A lot of Mirage is very, very helpful. Some resist buffs. You want to go with dark damage because everything is weak to dark, and there's a dark field always up. And yep, there's our difficulty 500 all mission clear of the Sages of Hess. Wasn't that bad, honestly. But at the end, again, I think that was kind of like a meta team. So, yeah. There it is. See you next time.